Welcome to Biblio Bistro.
My name is Meghan and I'm a registered dietitian and community health educator with the Portage Health Foundation. And today I have with me Michael Sinitis, who is the program coordinator and chef extraordinaire with the Portage Lake District Library. For those of you that are new to Biblio Bistro, this is a cooking series in partnership with the foundation and the library that features simple recipes with seasonal and local produce that are budget friendly.
Megan, what are we cooking today?
We are cooking citrusy green beans.
They sound yummy.
Yes, they are delicious and super quick. Very, very quick. And today we're featuring frozen green beans. You could use fresh green beans if you have them on hand or if it's in season. And when would you say that green beans are usually available at the farmer's market, Michael?
They're usually midsummer. I would say late June to early July.
Okay, sounds good. So if it's that time of year and you want to get them local, great. Frozen is a really great option though, and it's available year round. It's not gonna, go bad. And the process for frozen, food in general, but especially the produce, is that they pick it in the field when it's peak, so high nutrition, and they flash freeze it. So all those nutrients are kind of locked and loaded into that. Nice. So you're actually, in some cases, getting more nutrients, especially in the off season for produce. You're better off getting some actually frozen. So,
and you save yourself some prep time.
And it's pretty inexpensive too. Good. So it's kind of a nice little package all in one, and I think sometimes they're a little underrated. So feel free to use your frozen green beans.
Awesome. Oh, we've got some water boiling. So I put a cup of water in the pan, and so I'm just going to add the beans to that.
Lovely. And green beans are really high in fiber. So compared to other veggies, you've got about 4 grams, I believe, per cup. So that fiber will keep you fuller for a longer period of time. It can also help keep you regular if you're having issues in the bathroom department, so to speak. If anyone's concerned.
So to speak.
Yes, so to speak. We don't know of that problem, though. Neither of us struggle with that.
We eat a lot of vegetables.
We do eat a lot of vegetables. But it is a good option. And one thing that's really nice about green beans, too, is that they're very easily digested for most people. So some of those other veggies that we featured, they can be kind of tough for the stomach. But this whole recipe is very mild in terms of digestion. So most people can tolerate everything on this recipe.
Good deal. Okay, we've got the beans in there. They're steaming as we speak. I could start working on the juice. We'll show you a couple nifty little things.
So we have an orange and a lemon.
Yum! And you're going to want some zest, right?
We are.
So I'm going to use this fancy little tool again. It's not that fancy, but it's really handy for stuff like this. It's great for cheese, the planer, but it's really good for when you're zesting stuff. I like it because you're not going to take your knuckles off on it. It's
right.
And it just doesn't take much. And when you're doing the zest, you just want the color part. You don't want the white. You don't want the pith. That's kind of bitter, and it's not going to be that fun. Or tasty, really.
And it looks like really you're just only shaving like once or twice before you hit that white spot.
As soon as I hit the white, I move it around, and I just keep going around in a ring like that. But it makes really quick work of the job.
And it smells super fresh.
It does smell really yummy.
I like adding zest to my fruit salad sometimes. Like I'll just chop up whatever fresh fruit I have, and I'll throw in whatever citrus zest I have. And it's it almost looks like little confetti, especially if you do different colors.
Sure.
It always just makes me happy.
Do you have an opinion on whether you might prefer to use organic citrus if you're going to be using the zest versus not?
I think if you can, that's great. They are more expensive, so it's just whether it's in your budget. I'd say, if you can't afford organic, just make sure you rinse it really well.
Yeah,
and you should be rinsing this regardless of whether it's organic or if it's conventionally grown, just to make sure we're getting it clear of any sort of foodborne illness or pathogens and things like that.
We don't want that.
No.
And now some juice.
Yes, and so we've got this extra cool tool.
This is another fun one. This little, does it have an official name?
I don't know.
I'm gonna call it a juicer, and we'll go with that. But it does.
We're very technical over here.
It does. It makes very easy work of juicing things. Like you can go through the process of the other type of juicer, but this is a lot less to clean, and it's just really easy to do. You just go in there and just keep moving it around in a circle and squeeze the fruit a little bit while you're doing it, just like that. And look at that. I mean, it's juice time.
And something that people don't always know about citrus is that its peak season is actually winter. And so if you are cooking this in the winter and you choose to go the frozen bean route, you can get fresh citrus, and that's going to be actually when it's at its best. So if you're trying to still be seasonal, this is actually a great way to do it, both with the frozen green beans and with the citrus.
Nice.
So
okay, we are good to go. We have zest.
lovely.
And we have more juice and more zest. Plus we have what you were so kind to already measure out for us. Let's give those green beans a stir. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Yeah. I would say another minute and we could ladle those out and we could go from there. You're going to want some olive oil from me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to add the olive oil right to the juice? Does it matter?
I don't think it matters. I think whatever your heart feels, you should go for it.
I think I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So I'll take the stuff that you already have measured out for us.
Okay.
And tell me how much olive oil you want. I'm measuring.
Oh my goodness, I'm so proud. 1 tablespoon would be excellent.
Right on.
And then salt and pepper, I think it's just to taste.
Sure.
So whatever floats your boat.
Okay.
And the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon each of the lemon and the orange juice. We did a little bit more here because we need a little extra zest in our life. We need some tang.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to keep it more of a mild flavor, you just stick to that 1 teaspoon. We probably have about double, I would say.
Okay. That sounds good. Should we do it?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to ladle those out?
Mm-hmm.
If we wanted to walk back and forth to the sink right now, we could have made the job a little bit easier and just used a colander, but this works good too. I suppose we don't even need to do them all, huh?
No, we can just do a little extra here and then...
There you go.
And you can also start to mix, pour it over, and I can always continue, and then it'll be somewhat mixed already.
That's a great idea. So we'll add that. Now, how about that zest that you have over there too?
Yes.
And we'll do a little of that. It's really pretty too.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to put more zest in, but I'm going to try to follow your directions for the recipe this time. I'll do it later when I'm eating it.
There we go.
And then I bet you want some salt and pepper from me.
I would love some salt and pepper.
Just a taste?
Just a taste.
All right.
So really, that's the recipe's way of saying you do you.
Right. Start out with a little bit, taste it, and keep going from there.
You don't have shakers like this. Is kind of like a restaurant style shaker. If you're going straight from like the box, maybe try putting it in your hand first so that you don't accidentally put in more than you had hoped for.
Nice. Should we try some?
Yes, let me grab some bowls.
Smells really good. Are these green beans just like the best thing in the world for us nutritionally?
They are great. They're actually a good source of folate, which is really good, especially for women that are in their childbearing years. That's really critical for early pregnancy. Without folate, you are more likely to be at risk, or baby is more likely to be at risk for what's called spina bifida or neural tube defects.
I'm going to add a little more to make it pretty for us.
Oh, I think that's excellent.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Looks so beautiful. Yeah, and they're also a great source of vitamin C, and like I mentioned earlier, pre-packed with fiber too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's give it a try. That's really good.
Mm-hmm. It's really bright.
Really bright, really delicious, and doesn't get much easier than that.
No. It's a really nice way to try and switch up your frozen veggies too if you're just looking for something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Yum.
I like it. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Biblio Bistro.
If you'd like to tune in and see our other episodes as well as get the shopping list and the full recipe, you can go to pldl.org/biblio-bistro. And for any additional information you're looking for on the recipe, whether that's the price per serving, and information about local farmers market, you can click the show notes, which is on the YouTube page as well, which is on that PLDL website.
And if you want to share any pictures of when you're using the recipes, you can just use the hashtag Biblio Bistro on any social media that you use.
Until next time, bon
Bon
appetit!
appetit.